Snowflakes falling big and round, twinkling lights choking out the sound. Candy canes and gingerbread, the smell of Christmas makes me see red. Santa hats on every head, I wanna burn them, leave them all for dead. Oh, it's Christmas, what a drag! Tinsel dreams in a plastic bag. The joy, the cheer, it's all pretend. Come on, let's go piss off your friends. Shiny bows on every gift make my teeth ache. Skating rinks and snowy drift feel so fake. Hot cocoa spills on frozen ground. The carolers sing, I just want them drowned. Deck the halls, yeah, deck them with rage. Rip the script, tear up the stage. Silent night now, scream it loud. Flip the slate, crush the crowd. Oh, it's Christmas, here we go. Fake smiles under mistletoe. The lights, the bells, it's all a scam. Come on, let's go ruin the fam. Snow keeps falling, bury it deep. This town's joy is a promise I won't keep. Christmas is here, yeah. Yeah, go ahead and cheer. I'll be outside smashing reindeer. Oh, it's Christmas, what a drag. Tinsel dreams in a plastic bag. The joy, the cheer, it's all pretend. Come on, let's go piss off your friends. Oh, it's Christmas, here we go. Fake smiles under mistletoe. The lights, the bells, it's all a scam. Come on, let's go ruin the fam. Snow keeps falling, bury it deep. This town's joy is a promise I won't keep. Christmas is here, yeah. Go ahead and cheer. I'll be outside smashing reindeer.
Tiny feet go pitter-patter down the snow-lit halls, checking names and checking twice behind those candy walls. Naughty sneaks and nice daydreamers written big and small. I'm the Christmas elf, I'm on the case, looking for the grins on every face. Naughty or nice, I see it all. I'm the Christmas elf who hears your call. Glitter, dust, and peppermint swirl in my little sack. One for joy and one for kindness, always got your back. Snowflakes dance and whisper secrets as I make my track. Santa's list is long and wild, but I know every single child. I'm the Christmas elf, I'm on the case, looking for the grins on every face. Naughty or nice, I see it all. I'm the Christmas elf who hears your call. Oops, a giggle caught my ear. Was it mischief or good cheer? Spill the cocoa, tell me quick. Are you clever or a trick? I'm the Christmas elf, I'm on the case, looking for the grins on every face. who hears your call.
Like, why can't they just be proud for the kid? He's doing something good in his life.
They used it to terrorize me and put out bullshit.
I hate to say it, but if I was your son, I'd be happy to. The military's hard, but I'd be happy to get the fuck away from there with the way they're doing
swear to
him.
God, I've got somebody on my fucking page in my comments going, "It looks like you in the red truck, JSB."
Oh,
really? Yeah, I'm on it. How in the fuck am I taking a picture of myself in a camper out into the roadway?
oh my God. Did you call the police and show them they're driving by your house and taking pictures?
Well, the cops were already here a few minutes later because I called him and told him what time to, be here with these fucking lawsuits yet. And I've asked things for that.
Should I call somebody? Is there a phone number on them court papers?
You can always call 279-7700 or the court clerk's office in Sullivan County.
All right.
And look, you can go.
We're supposed to hate each other. How we both being sued by the same fucking person?
What? Fuck Fano. And I need a judge. I need you to send me what your web page looks like in full effect.
I don't know if I have all. I might. Listen, you just got to give me. You don't understand. Like, I was really, really done with this, but now Amanda Athy made me want to go harder. Like, I want to know who the fuck Scott is, and I want to know who Squall is, and I want to know how they're connected, and I want to know.
We'll rip that mask off.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Yep. That's probably why Squall's fucking hiding.
Yep.
That's probably exactly why Squall's hiding.
That coincides with some shit going on here. She's been very quiet since it happened.
Yeah, she has since before I even took my channel down.
Yep. And it coincides with something I know about. So, yeah, there's a reason.
See? I'm getting sued.
What? For how much?
I don't know.
Oh, this one is in there that she's after whatever, and the only thing they can't confiscate from us is clothing and family Bibles, girl.
Well, what the fuck are they? They ain't taking my shit. I don't even have much. I don't even own my home. I have no assets.
Let me explain to you that this girl, I barely knew ever had any.
She's gonna lose, Jody Sue. I have the very first video, and I'm pretty sure that's the same one she talked about Andy's funeral in. Was the very first interview she did. Is that what you need?
Yes. But there's another one out there to where he goes into greater detail and is saying that my family's screaming at me at the funeral, that they're telling me about the YouTube bullshit to shut the fuck up, and there's a whole big fight, and all the women are telling me my aunt.
Yeah, I remember that. That was CSI.
Mm-hmm.
Did Piper remove the video?
She's hid half of her shit.
Okay, so we get a court order for her to have to force to show it.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe, but it's going to cost.
You should tell your attorney. No, tell your attorney that's where the proof is. That Piper has it and it's hidden. Because your attorney can court order that.
Yeah, they can.
I'm not going to call them because they didn't give me anything yet. The only thing I got was that attorney. I seen it.
You seen it?
Yeah, my husband was just telling me about it. The only thing I seen was that attorney ad. Like, come get an attorney in Kingsport. I'm thinking my ass is in fucking Pittsburgh.
Look, I'm getting ready to hire the best, and he is absolutely part of the boys club, and he wins cases without walking into court. I very much believe that. And he is the attorney to have, and this is so easy, he'll take this shit without being paid for.
Yeah.
I promise.
This is all summer. Somebody's going to take this pro bono. Have you ever thought of doing that? Faye, okay, I'm sorry. I love you. Do you work tonight? All right.
if you get me enough evidence
Oh God.
on this shit, you're not allowed to be here. You won't have to pay for an attorney. You have nothing to worry about. And he can represent you without you ever having to touch here.
All
And
right.
when it's done, I'm telling you, AP does have
Himalayas
enough
going
money
with you?
that you can go on a nice vacation and we
Jody
can be
Sue,
free.
hold on 1 minute, please. Say that again.
Yeah. So they were stalking me, and he was parked outside of the oncology in Kingsport office, thinking that's where I was. How in the fuck they know my oncologist was there, dude? Right?
What the fuck?
And he was just literally, I got the message, I'm parked outside of oncology. Excuse the fuck out of me, but they had the wrong one. I was at the one in Johnson City.
Oh my God.
So he was just going to jump out on me and force it. Then I called him and lied to me about going to talk to Lawson that day and all these other things. And I didn't feel good. And he kept trying to push it so he could like bum rush me with an interview, right?
This was
And
recently?
Yeah. But
what the fuck am I missing?
And the PIs and cops. Because I kind of, it did coincide. My mom and mother are both sick. My mother ends up in the ER. When I get back here from oncology, she's gone. I didn't think anything about it. And then my mom calls and goes, Mother's in the hospital. I was like, what the fuck? And this was in the middle when he told Chris that I was home, but I didn't feel good. I was going to rest. You know, since he was going to be in town for a couple of days, he could fuck off. But instead, he was like, well, I'll be here in a minute. I'll be here no matter what I said. And I think he thinks I lied to him. But man, that right there, you just don't show up stalking my ass, knowing somehow where my other oncologist is and out in the parking lot waiting on me after.
I would have called the police.
And like, that's fucked, girl.
I would have called the police. Like, I don't give a shit who he is. You don't show up at somebody's doctor's.
Well, here's the thing, though. From the very earliest period of this group, Tiffany Marie, I have proof Tiffany Marie was having Chase stalk us and telling him, which he was telling us these people were undercover cops and off duties and whatever, his people, right? That he knew. But actually, it was just goofballs he could talk into it. Tiffany Marie is telling Chase that she's reporting back and having him follow us and stalk us and shit and using those people he's making me believe are here for my safety for Chris McDonough.
So you never knew Chase before Summer went missing?
No.
Do you know why people were saying that?
Because it makes me look sus. And because Tiffany Marie, I know for a fact her plan was to try to link Scott H., Squall, and the locals. Because what she was saying to me, she was acting like she wasn't going to link me with it, but it was all the locals. There was something, quote, fishy with them, right?
Well, I think the same fucking thing.
But she wanted him thrown off the bus. And then what she started saying was, don't you think it'd just be a good idea to disperse this money back? Girl, what they're looking for is that money, that $40,000 to come back to Q Carlock in this group.
Yeah.
Was dispersed here in a couple days. I ain't dumb. And they
what's going on with that? I haven't paid attention. Did Q go to court yet?
People don't know legalese, and they think the owner's brought a lawsuit against Q in a criminal manner. But actually, what it's going to do is it's going to force that money to be released back to Q instead of carrying on wherever they have pretended they want it sent in the first place. People are not.
Squad treasurer pleads guilty to theft. Schemes involved two separate Hawkins County organizations. Investigations by the Tennessee Comptroller's Office have resulted in Carla Dykes, the former treasurer of both the Churchill Rescue Squad and Hawkins County Volunteer Firemen's Association, pleading guilty to 2 counts of theft. Controller investigators, working in conjunction with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Department and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, determined that Dykes stole at least $47,073 from the Churchill Rescue Squad between January 2013 and August 2020. The former treasurer used the rescue squad's debit card and made electronic withdrawals on at least 94 separate occasions to pay her personal mortgage, car payments, cable television, and internet bills. She also used the rescue squad's debit card to purchase personal meals, cigarettes, personal vacation accommodations, and iTunes gift cards. To cover the shortages resulting from her theft, Dykes also improperly took advantage of her position as treasurer of the Hawkins County Volunteer Firemen's Association to transfer the association's money and pay Churchill Rescue Squad expenses totaling $32,808. The Hawkins County Volunteer Firemen's Association removed Dykes from her position as treasurer in August 2020. Dykes was suspended by the Churchill Rescue Squad Board for dereliction of duties and conduct unbecoming a member effective August 27, 2020, pending an internal investigation. On October 15, 2021, Carla Marie Dykes pled guilty in the criminal court of Hawkins County to a criminal information charging her with 2 counts of Class C felony theft of property valued between $10,000 to $60,000. And was given a total concurrent suspended sentence of 6 years on supervised probation. As a condition of her sentence, she was also ordered to pay restitution to the Hawkins County Volunteer Firemen's Association and the Churchill Rescue Squad. Both of these nonprofit organizations had similar weaknesses that failed to prevent theft or improper activity, said Controller Jason Mumpower. The former treasurer was given too much control over financial operations without adequate oversight. The organizations did not require 2 signatures on checks. And the Rescue Squad Board and Association did not require or retain documentation such as invoices or receipts. Both organizations have indicated they have corrected or will correct their internal control deficiencies.
We are following a breaking news alert tonight. The reward in the Summer Wells case has now increased. Erica Francis is at the WKRN.com alert desk with new information. Erica?
All right, Bob. So this afternoon, the Churchill Rescue Squad posted about the addition to that reward fund. So the reward is now up to $38,295. They say 2 generous donors helped boost the total to almost $40,000. 5-year-old Summer Wells was last seen on June 15th at her Hawkins County home. Anybody with information in this case is being asked to call the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FINE. Another top story tonight, the rescue squad in charge of the Summer Wells Reward Fund is taking it to the court.
Yeah, the Churchill Rescue Squad asked a judge to halt further donations and determine what to do with the $40,000 in reward money in its possession. They said what's known as a legal term, such as a declaratory judgment, was needed from a Hawkins County judge.
John Janko spoke with a local attorney about what that lawsuit means for the reward money.
The Churchill Rescue Squad's lawsuit lists multiple defendants, all with connections to the Summer Wells Reward Fund. Irwin attorney Lois Schultz-Davis says a declaratory judgment would sort that money out among the parties.
They want to give relief to everyone so that they can know what their rights and privileges are, where they stand basically with regard to the controversy.
Schultz-Davis says declaratory judgments are used to settle issues not fitting of standard lawsuits. In this case, the rescue squad seeks an interpleader.
And the idea with an interpleader is that you'll bring in anyone into that lawsuit that needs to be involved in it in order to resolve these issues and determine with certainty that the plaintiff is acting appropriately in what it does with the money.
That means bringing in all entities with ties to the money as defendants. That includes the Children's Advocacy Center of the 3rd Judicial District, the planned recipient of the funds, and any reward fund donors and interested parties.
They're pleading it into the court to say, we don't know what to do with this money, so court, you take it and determine all the rights of the parties and what needs to be done.
But 2 additional defendants are listed, Fiona O'Connor and Kiana Carlock. Carlock contributed $32,000 to the reward fund, but in an attached document to the suit, O'Connor alleges it was improperly raised without prior consent of the rescue squad. In a statement to News Channel 11, Carlock says her contribution came from honest donations from verifiable people, and that it should still be given to the person leading to the recovery of Summer Wells. Schultz-Davis says listing Carlock, O'Connor, and all other parties in the request for declaratory judgment protects the rescue squad from further lawsuits.
They want to make sure that what they do has the stamp of approval of the court and that they've done the right thing with the money and not paid it out in a way that's not appropriate.
For News Channel 11, John Jenko.
So tonight, the search for summer wells continues. Schultz Davis told us part of the request for that interpleader involves a 4-week period of notification in the Rogersville newspaper for any donors to come forward. And we've learned now Summer Wells Reward Fund has less donations than previously announced. Back in December, the rescue squad said the fund was about $74,000. Court documents now show the fund's just over $40,000 after a check for $25,000 and a different check for $10,000 were returned to their original donors.
New motions have been filed in the Summer Wells Reward Fund lawsuit. 6-year-old Summer Wells was reported missing from her Beech Creek home in Hawkins County in June of 2021. There has been an active Amber Alert ever since. The Churchill Rescue Squad was in charge of a massive ground search in the days following her reported disappearance. The rescue squad also created a reward fund that was set to expire and go to the Children's Advocacy Center that covers the area in which Summer lives. It's now the center of a civil lawsuit. Since our last update, the Children's Advocacy Center has filed an answer asking the judge to make them the beneficiary of the $40,000+ fund. Summer's parents, Don and Candace Wells, have been added as defendants. Ansley,
You find greed in that? I find greed in that. The fact that the advocacy agency went there and said, give us the money. That reward money could have gone to anything. The advocacy agency is an agency that works with DCS, CPS, CYF, whatever you call it, wherever you're at. I don't feel that was right for that agency to go to the courts and say, hey, give us this money. I feel that was greedy. Just my input on it.
Daniel is in the studio to help bring us up to speed and break down what exactly this means. Ansley?
Well, Sarah, the case over this reward fund has been confusing to say the least. Now, the Church Home Rescue Squad and the Children's Advocacy Center are just hoping that this can be settled and the focus can be put back on fighting Summer Wells. The Churchill Rescue Squad filed a lawsuit on June 30th asking for the judge to determine who gets the $40,305 and some change of the Summer Wells Reward Fund.
If it wasn't used for that specific purpose, that they'll get a refund. Or did they understand if it's not used for that specific purpose, it's going to go to CAC? I think that's the issue to determine.
Joseph McMurray is a Kingsport attorney not affiliated with the case. He says in order for the judge to have a valid ruling, all parties who could have a claim on the money in the fund must be notified.
You have to comply with one thing, and that is doing your due diligence. If they do have an address, telephone number, or any information on some of these donors, they would have to exhaust reasonable efforts in order to locate these individuals.
The only defendant named in the lawsuit to file an official response is the Children's Advocacy Center, asking the judge to grant them the money. The rescue squad's attorney also filed a motion adding Don and Candace Wells as defendants in the case.
I can only speculate, but after contemplating the lawsuits and thinking it over, potentially, I suppose some of the parties actually considered that maybe Don Wells or Candace Wells has some kind of interest in this money.
The Wells declined an interview with News Channel 11, but a spokesperson did release a statement saying in part, the Wells have remained separate from the reward fund from the beginning. Their only request in the past was that the timeline be extended. At this time, they prefer to have nothing to do with the issue and did not request nor give any affirmation that they would like to be a defendant or plaintiff in any matter concerning the Summer Wells Reward Fund. However, they will comply to the court document if the matter is not resolved. So, what's next? Alan Coop, the attorney for the Churchill Rescue Squad, declined to comment on the suit, but he did send a letter saying that a notice of service by publication will appear in the Rogersville Review.
After this runs and after 30 days has expired, the judge would be able to adjudicate the rights of these individuals. Whether or not it's a fake name, whether or not they read the paper, they have checked all the boxes in order for the judge to be in a place where he can make a ruling and it would actually stick.
That letter from the rescue squad's attorney said that they hope this will be placed on the court's docket in February of 2023. The Children's Advocacy Center's director declined to comment since this involves pending litigation.
Ansley, thanks. An Amber Alert remains active for Summer Wells. If you have credible information that could help find her, call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
Another top story tonight, new questions about the status of a big reward fund to find Summer Wells.
And tonight, it appears the money donated as an incentive to find the child who's been missing for more than a year is for some reason going to be taken up in court.
And last week, June 15th, that marked 1 year since the Hawkins County girl was reported missing. It was also the self-imposed deadline for the rescue squad to do something with the reward fund. That fund, operated by the Churchill Rescue Squad, totaling more than $74,000. All that money given from our last update, according to the January update.
Tonight, the Rescue Squad Board of Directors met to discuss the future of that money. We've learned more information will be contained in some sort of a legal proceeding that's set to be filed next week.
Well, John Janko has the latest on what we do know tonight about this developing story.
Tonight, the Churchill Rescue Squad Board of Directors met in a closed session regarding the Summer Wells Reward Fund. We staked out the meeting waiting for Captain Tim Coop to emerge. When he did, he provided us with the following statement.
There have been some questions raised in regards to distributing the reward fund. We have been advised to and will be paying the reward fund money to the court and ask them to determine the proper resolution of the matter. Upon advice of counsel, that is all I can say at this time.
Coop did not clarify what exactly would be decided in court or which court would be deciding the fate of the fund. He also didn't say who represents the rescue squad as legal counsel. He could confirm the rescue squad is still in possession of the fund, but could not tell us the amount.
Is there a legal matter here? At this point, that's all I can say.
With the reward fund's future uncertain, the Wells family media manager provided News Channel 11 a statement on behalf of Dawn Wells. Quote, "This is important to keep the reward fund. This is our daughter. People gave money for Summer to help. The case is still very active. Don't take this from her." Dawn Wells had this to say back in October when the reward fund was originally set to expire.
I just don't feel that that's right, that they're just going to give up on her in a couple more months. We don't feel that it's right, and a lot of people don't feel that it's right. And we wish we could change it and do something about it.
Here's what we do know. The last update we received on the fund had the amount at almost $74,000 in January. Two donations of $25,000 and $10,000 make up a large portion of the fund. The fund was set to expire last December, but was extended in October to June 15th of last week. News Channel 11 learned that a Fall Branch business owner named T.R. Ward provided the $10,000 donation. Ward asked to remain off camera, but said the rescue squad messaged him asking if he wanted the check back as the reward fund expired June 15th. If Summer was not found or recovered by that deadline, the rescue squad initially said the money would be donated to the Children's Advocacy Center for Hawkins County. We don't know the status of that donation at this time. In Church Hill, John Jenko, News Channel 11.
Sheriff Ronnie Lawson told us tonight the law enforcement investigation of Summer's disappearance has been and remains separate from the reward fund. We've reached out to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation about the reward. We have not heard back.
News Channel 11 at 6. The team you can trust for 70 years.
An agency that helps abused children will receive thousands of dollars donated to the Summer Wells Reward Fund. Good evening, I'm Josh Smith.
I'm Sarah Diamond. Court documents reveal that was the decision of a Hawkins County judge last week. The reward money donated by the public in hopes of generating leads in the search for the 5-year-old girl who was reported missing by her parents June 15th of 2021.
Well, despite an Amber Alert and a year and a half of intense searching, Summer has never been found. Without a resolution in the case, questions arose about what should happen to the approximately $40,000 in an account administered by the Churchill Rescue Squad.
Yeah, the rescue squad asked the court to intervene to resolve any legal disputes. The judge ruled the Children's Advocacy Center of the 3rd Judicial District alone will receive the money. Summer Wells, 7 years old.
And her Amber Alert remains active tonight. Credible tips can be phoned into the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND or emailed in to tipstotbi@tn.gov.
Well, hopefully Q will donate it. Listen, Jody Sue, I'm going to tell you right now, I think, in my own personal opinion, what Q did was wrong. Okay? Her charges are that she did an illegal fundraiser without getting permission to do it. And I think her heart was in the right, listen, I think her heart was in the right place. And I think Squad H and the other ones cracking cases. I think they got the Q and went to her. I think they used Q to do this fundraiser, and then Scott H derailed it. You don't think?
Nope. Because I know about Q. Have you ever dug into Q?
I mean, I know she's done
for
some
years that she's a scammer.
Yeah, I listened to your
evidence
videos.
that.
I looked at the stuff that you.
But not just that. Okay, I know for a fact she lied to me and robbed myself and the kids. I have messages in the background that show that she knew. I know that her and Benny Keys and TM and MGL and all of them are working together. I have all those things in the background.
Well, I always figured Tiffany Marie was working with her, but
oh yeah,
I feel like the YouTubers.
Scott H, all that set up between TM and Scott H having a problem really wasn't what it seemed, and it is not what derailed that marathon. I was there the last of it. I know exactly what happened, and him pretending TM doxed him. You remember that? Like, oh, that's what he did.
Yeah.
It was a fake dox because I have the first panel, right? That TM, when she wanted Scott targeted here a while back so she could start taking him down for rest. But Scott has actually built himself up in his own little village.
Pay attention to what she's saying about Tiffany Marie working with Chris McDonough. That's number one. I stepped away. I had to hurry up and come back. T.R. Ward. He was one of the guys that gave the first reward. Pay attention to where Chronicles of Olivia is right now, working with a T.R. Ward. I believe that's the name. David Ward, something Ward. The Chronicles Olivia is running around with, but these could possibly be the same people that put the reward money in. I'll catch up on chat. Give me 1 minute.
By you, Shay, all that, it's too big now for TM to take them. Anyway, so what happens is that Scott.
If it's boring, why are you commenting? Did you have to come over here and cause problems? I don't fuck with your channel when I see the controversy around your channel, allegedly. Didn't nobody ask you to come in my motherfucking live and watch it? It ain't supposed to be hype. It ain't supposed to be drama. It's information about this missing little girl that's been missing without causing drama around it. So take your fucking nasty ass to your nasty ass fucking channel and go over there with your drama. You don't want fucking information on what could possibly have happened this summer or scams in her case? Get the fuck out of my chat. Didn't nobody fucking ask your ass to be in my motherfucking chat. So allegedly your ass all the way back to your alleged fucking channel and suck my big fat white ass while you're at it. That's the mood I'm in today. Allegedly. Fuck you, Brittany.
And blames her for doxing him after the marathon and the nut to make it look legit. Like that's really what took the marathon down, a lot. But I have the first panel where he gives out all that info himself the very first 10 minutes of the motherfucker.
What panel was that? The marathon?
The very first panel Scott H ever did was on Tiffany Marie's. And I have it.
Does Tiffany still have it up?
No, she gave it to me. And I played it. And dissected it in about 900 videos, especially recently. But he literally documented.
Let me catch up with chat with you. You watched a little bit of Ryan Upchurch deposition. Do you know where that was? Could you put it in my community post? I would love to see that. I need to know why Summer's name was mentioned because I always felt something funny with the reward fund Ryan Upchurch was supposed to put in that he never did. Instead, he went on to Kylie's case. And then he started having all kinds of problems with his Tennessee local relatives, like his mom, in my opinion, who's a bitch, but whatever. this while I look through the rest of that snap of it.
This is his fucking self with the same info, plus gives out where he lives and everything. But then when the marathon comes down, you remember him going in Discord to him, docs me, it's a lie.
Yeah. There's something not right with him. He's a
And
junkie.
I was there the last minute. I was there all night long, all day long, and I was there the last 10 minutes.
Who introduced Jens to Chase?
That's the thing. Penny was like, here's this guy, Chase. Man.
So who introduced Chase? Penny, in my opinion, I kept it quiet because she was working with. Listen, I wasn't lying to you when I said I've been very suspicious of certain people since the very beginning of this. And if you remember when Penny first started her channel, she said she was from Tennessee. Come to find out, she ain't, but she is.
She ain't, but she is, yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? But she was acting like she was local, and they were going to drive from the water park to Dawn's job to the Wells home, and they were timing things.
She was down here.
She knew Scott before Summer went missing, in my opinion.
And there is a very real live or 3 where they actually say they're fucking married. I heard it. I was there. But then they're really in the living room, really eating popcorn together at one point. And everybody, and it's gone, right? Poof, into oblivion. But I think the marriage shit was a joke, obviously, but they are very much in the same house one night.
I think they're related or something.
And I do know she was down here on the ground. You remember when the Subaru airport shit happened at Rockfield?
Yeah. Yep.
Penny was here on the ground.
Well, and who did the... Listen, here's the other thing, too. Do you remember when her and Scott were together the very beginning, before you even did your interview with them?
Yeah, they were.
Penny was driving. Somebody was driving, and they wouldn't show their face. From the water park to Dawn's job to... Y'all talk about the Upchurch connection. Let me read this to you. This is from TT to me. Here's how I know Upchurch. She sends me a picture of the Aaron Walker band, who I love, by the way. I worked with Aaron's brother at the barber shop. Squall knows that. Jealous Witch. I love that song. I'm so proud of him. Aaron Walker is her cousin. Or no, or something, brother, whatever. This is her cousin. The Portland Pieces. This is my cousin. Let me see if I can get the screenshot up so you guys can see it, because I'm having a hard time here. Image file. Here's how I met Upchurch. I worked with Aaron's brother at the barber shop. Squall knows that. Jealous Witch. I love that song. I'm proud of him. This is my first cousin on my father's side. I never met him, but he looks just like my son. And this is another songwriter. What do you mean? Kenneth William Moody. He was married to a Crawford that tried to kill him. That tried to kill him. Her name was Annie Crawford. Laugh out loud. Annie Crawford's also the one she accuses of killing her father. I have a brother that would be 56th-ish that's a Crawford. Could that possibly be Scott H? She said Scott H is her cousin at one point. I don't know. I never dug into it. My mom warned me away from them. It's my luck it's Squall's husband. Yeah. All right. Just because y'all were talking about Upchurch, I thought that was important since TT knows him. Like buddies. She goes on to say Red Truck is a Crawford, but then she says this morning. So what happened that morning? June 22nd, I believe this was, around, or August. This was around August 28th, I believe we spoke. 22. know you do, and I'm not, there's things the feds.
I failed Marlena for very reason, and
I'm an idiot. I forgot to put the screen back on this thing, and I was listening to it anymore. I'm sorry.
and showed a video of how to get here. She's absolutely garbage, cut the shit out of. But she's like, yeah, Andy wanted $500 for interview, which I knew a long time before CSI got involved.
Yeah, and Marlena said $500 too.
Yeah, and CSI goes, yeah, and that way him and Jody Stewart just like, I'm telling you right now, I've never been paid for an interview. Never, not once. And I never, ever took a cent, period, till far after Christmas.
Well, and like I said to you, Jody,
and that's still not for interviews. When I say I made sentences off my own apps, gas apps like that.
But what I'm saying to you is that doesn't even bother me about you. Okay? I know I've said that.
And I really don't monetize anything about summer. I don't even monetize my own stuff with the features. The kids or happy moments or my oncology because that feels altruistic to me. So people can just fuck right off.
Well, the point is, though, you're a single mother, and now you have your daughter. And I did read. I've been gone for a while now, but I did read that your son went to the. I truly, to this day, do not have a problem with Jody Sue making money on her. She is a single mother. She has her daughter. Andy's no longer in the picture. It's a form of income. We all make money out here. She is out here giving us information, but she's also out here fucking attacking us, making content. I don't have a problem with Jody making money. What I have a problem with is her putting her dirty ass fucking shirt on the internet for reward money, for collecting gift cards, for putting out Amazon wish lists, for asking for a cabin. I don't want to hear you didn't ask for no money far after Christmas, because that's bullshit. You had a fucking wish list the very first Christmas. Everybody fucking remembers it, so you was bold-faced lying to my fucking face. But whatever. Well, hopefully Q will donate it. Listen, Jody Sue, I'm going to tell you right now, I think, in my own personal opinion, what Q did was wrong. Okay? Her charges are that she did an illegal fundraiser without getting permission to do it. And I think her heart was in the right. Listen, I think her heart was in the right place. And I think Scott H. and the other ones cracking cases, I think they got the Q and went to her. I think they used Q to do this fundraiser, and then Scott H. derailed it. You don't think?
Nope, because I know about Q. Have you ever dug into Q?
I mean, I know she's done some
years that she's a scammer.
Yeah, I listened to your videos. I looked at the stuff that you. Yeah, she's a Crawford. I think I have a message from her saying she's a Crawford too.
Yes.
So she's a Crawford. So your aunt's, that's Fred. Okay. I don't want to ask you nothing. I got it.
And Red Truck this morning's a fucking Crawford. So anyway, here's the thing. Athie, as you can see, is not a real mentally sound person. I barely ever had.
Well, her family ain't.
Yeah, I know. It's very notorious around the community. Everybody says maybe she's not into trouble. It's always been that way. And I'm talking, it's nothing but stern and shit. And like she would at 3 in the fucking morning or just randomly throughout that. You know, most of us, if we had something to show us, we'd screenshot, right?
Yeah.
Athie would take and not only like copy and paste some emails, she wouldn't copy and paste the whole message. It would just sentences from something. She would type those out or copy and paste only bits of them and send them to you that way, but never a screenshot. And it was people I didn't even know, girls she'd be talking shit about. And she'd be like, oh, this person that and this person that, just randomly for no reason. Now, I'm not a drama queen. I'm like, okay. And I would just go on. But it was the weirdest way I've ever seen anybody do anything. Everybody else you'll ever meet screenshots or does whatever. She would never do that. She would copy and paste only the little bits she wanted out of some random motherfucker she was talking shit about. I didn't even know. It would be like, look what this person said, or this today, or like, I'm like, what the fuck do I give a shit? I don't know what you're talking about even. You know what I mean? But it was that shit constantly. And me and my sister are like, what the fuck? You know, but we all knew. We know as a community, you stay the fuck away from her.
Yeah.
And she kind of traps people and wraps them up. And I mean, she's this level of bad shit. Because I could contact her. I would not put
How
up
the
with her
fuck does
shit
she
for
marry a
long.
rich husband? How do they meet? That's crazy.
I mean, I don't know.
Some
I
people
don't
just
know.
fall in
I
shit and come
assume
out
it's
smelling like rainbows, and others just keep getting shit on.
No, I think it has something to do with like, because everybody she's around is kind of like a little weaker, right?
Yeah.
They all kind of have vulnerabilities. Like Luke has, but almost the same thing Eric has, and she very much took advantage of both and manipulated and all that, you know. And always, it didn't matter what they didn't really want to be around her, but they were kind of stuck with her. It's fucked up what she does to her. I mean, she's abusive as fuck, even to her friends. And I mean,
Listen, I'm going to tell you another thing too. One who's quiet and only on when Squall is around that I'm concerned about a little bit that is going to be involved in this gang, in my opinion, and it hasn't come out yet, is that TT.
Oh, fucking Hennessy is a hot ass shithole mess. I know who she is.
Okay. I'm just wondering because she left a comment and I had a screenshot of it again. I don't know what I have, you know.
Yeah.
But she left a comment one time telling me that she was related to Frank Light.
Yeah.
So,
but she remembers she come online about that story too, taking place in Benham. But before that, I'd watched her follow me around and pretend she gathered enough information and shit. But what she did, she come out first pretending she was one of the search crew, and she wasn't.
Oh.
And then a few weeks later, she learned it.
You know, I didn't even... TT would be the light that searched on horseback. I'm going to guess on the horse with no shoes that they were looking at and asking Fred about. TT is the light that was searching for Summer the day Summer went missing by horseback. Think about that. Fucking bitch. You know how many people I get out here and call a bitch a day? That's what you get for fucking with me, because y'all done fucked with the wrong one. Let me show you something else before I move on. This is from Linda and TT's attorney, because they both used the same attorney to attack me. This is what the attorney told me my case was dropped for. Somehow I have some kind of tower and power. I'm going to get to the fucking bottom of it since I think Ziggy's laundering my father's money. I'm speculating. I can't prove it till the authorities do, but it has been turned in. You're the only one ruining innocent lives around here. You talk about a topic that breaks people's hearts and gain a little bit of attention because of that, and use your newfound tower to ruin people's life just because you can. You're a monster. Power with an asterisk mark. What's my tower and power, Phillips? What is it, Linda? What do y'all know about me and my family down there in Rogersville that I didn't even know I was connected to? You want to fucking tell me, you fucking coke-headed fucking douchebag bitch motherfucker? We're going to pull all the fucking text messages out. What do you think? Want to read them again? Fucking cheating ass bastard motherfuckers. In my opinion, of course.
But what she did, she come out first pretending she was one of the search crew, and she wasn't.
Oh.
And then a few weeks later, she learned it.
You know, I didn't even know about her until I was way into this case, and I didn't pay attention to Squall because I never liked Squall. If you think I disliked you, I really disliked Squall.
I hate Squall. Squall's a piece of shit.
Yeah, and I have felt something is funny
I'm not
with
big
her.
on anybody has to hide. That's just how I feel.
Well, you know what? First of all, she's a local that's gone to Dawn and Candace's house. She's gone under there under the according to Queen. She's gone up there under the under a fake name. Okay.
Yeah, she did.
And
I told y'all that. And what did she do? Even Candace come up was like, "Nuh-uh." And Candace knew.
And now she comes out with the marathon shit. Like, there is something, and she knows all these people. Scott, Chicken on a Stick. Like, how does she just find Chicken on a Stick? You know what I mean? Like, they knew each other behind the scenes before this, and that clip I just played for you, I'm going to send to you. Something I'll be showing you tonight is the 30-year crime the Chicken on a Stick was hiding that I think my father may have been involved in. I think there was a crime 30 years ago that my own father was involved in that Chicken on a Stick knows about. Just based off of the way they did things. It could just be my imagination because of the way they did things, but that's how it seems to me. There was a crime a little more than 30 years ago that I believe my father was involved in, but an innocent man, who was a bad man anyway, but an innocent man possibly went to jail for, I believe my father unalived somebody based off something in my life. And the guy that went to jail was from Virginia and Rogersville, Tennessee. His name was, it might have been Newman, like the Wraith guy, but I could be wrong. I'd have to look it up. Hear her say, I known since August, right? And she was like, yeah, you've known a long time. Like, as if they've been in this since before Summer went missing.
Yeah.
So, and Amanda, now that I know, see, I didn't know the green card was family, you, this, that, and all that. I just have I'm not local. I don't.
But Squall here recently, after all her denials, that she'd never spoken before at First Panel. She was never at Candace's before this or ever in her life. Then she catches herself up and admits, yeah, she's at Candace's when Candace is looking for the fucking SD card. I'm like, gotcha, bitch. You know, and then because she spent all the time trying to prove that I was a liar and crazy, and I was like, yeah, you bitch.
That's what you see. That's what you didn't understand about me, and I get it. I was angry, and maybe I made September. You made me have to go get coffee too. I haven't eaten up. But what SD card was Candace looking for? Why was Jody so involved in looking for an SD card with Candace? some videos out of anger. But Jody Sue, when I was starting my YouTube, this is the craziest thing I've ever done in my life. Okay?
I mean, but the last thing for me was the fake lettering, the one misdone letter on the I'm sending it to the feds thing.
I did send it. I promise you I sent it. I could show you I did. The very first time I sent it, I even went over it with you and sent you the email address that I thought she said to me. And I heard one letter wrong, and I'm a dumbass because I should have got it not PO TBI, to TBI. You know what I mean? So the person who wrote me was like harassing me in my comment section, like, you got the wrong address, da 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 da. And I was like, I do. And she was like, yeah. And then she started getting real fucking ignorant with me. And I looked it up and I was like, fuck this, I'm blocking her. But I went back to Gmail and I resent it to the right place. And then I wrote you and told you that it had happened.
I didn't get it.
I think I wrote you, or I wrote it on my community wall. It might have been written on my community wall, but I tagged you in it.
I didn't get it.
But I'll show you. Look, I'll right now. Can we screen share while we're on the phone? I don't know how that works.
I don't know how that works either.
Hold on, let me see. No, you can only watch together, wave, and whiteboard. But I'll send you, like, I got screenshots, and the day I deleted my YouTube, that was the last thing I showed. And I even put on there, I said, someone pass this along to Jody Sue. I did send them. And they had the dates and everything on it. So I can get the screenshots. All I got to do is go to my email. I can actually do it with you screen sharing and take you directly to my email. And show you my mistake and all of it. Everything I said, I sent. I promise you I did. And if I'm being completely honest with you, I don't know who you're friends with around there and who you're not. And I know people think I'm fucking nuts, and that's why I quit my YouTube. Because I sound crazy, and I know I do. And I know you keep telling people I'm wrong about a lot of shit, but I'm not. And I know I'm not. That Renfro is connected to the Crawfords, as she is a Crawford. And her and Ricky have lived in the same home. And that other guy goes missing the day after fucking Summer. Ricky's sister is involved somehow with having Journey up there. And Karen Renfro is inserting herself on Benny's channel big time. I have been contacted, written, and harassed by her and people after her about the chicken shit. And there is something more there. And I'm thinking that if Dawn...
chicken shit the cops know about.
I'm sure they do. And I'm sure they have for years. And I'm pretty sure that they're involved in it.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is, like, the chickens, they aren't far back on. They're not hidden.
Listen, I lived in a small town most of my life. I know what a small town is like. It wasn't country. But I know how everybody knows everybody's business. And that's why I sometimes don't believe you. Because I find it hard. When you live in a small place, everyone knows everybody. And you know who people are. And you're just really quiet about who these people are. And when I ask you questions, you say things to me like, yeah, I know who that is, but who, like about Scott, the one that got me the most was I sent you the picture of Scott H. and you said, and I think I know who that kid is too. And then you
just really looks like that picture, but it really does look like Amanda Aiken's fucking husband and their son.
See? I'll show that picture tonight. It's a picture of Squad H, says it's him holding their son. The picture looks like it's from the 90s, but it really, Jody Sue says it really does look like Amanda Athey's husband and Amanda Athey's son. So I'm not sure, but it was a picture of Scott. Scott showed of himself in one of his very first lives. See? And does Amanda Athey's husband look like shit?
Well, I don't know what you've seen. I don't know what Scott H currently looks like.
He's like bald on the top. He might be missing teeth. I couldn't tell.
I just know that.
Let me tell you a little bit about my father. September. Before I even reached kindergarten, my dad taught me how to write my ABCs. I wrote my D's and B's backwards. He would strap me to one chair before I was even 5 years old. He would strap me to one chair with a belt and beat me with another. There was a time in Miami, he was running rugs. I don't know if he got pulled over and was chased. My sister and I have two different memories. What I remember was being left at the end of a bridge and a man coming to pick us up and taking us to a limousine company. I believe that man was Cheeky Blanco. My father was intertwined with them. They were all my neighbors. Shit. But he left us on a bridge and another guy had to come pick us up, and they took us to a limousine company that had red cabs and limousines. I was about 7 years old. After that day, my dad would start locking us into a bedroom, and he had thought my sister and I had gotten into a whole bunch of baby powder, and we put it all over the room, and we were ice skating on it. It was the favorite time of my life with my sister. We were so bad. We were locked in this room all day. My mom was working for a man named Victor Quasner at the time. I've explained who that was several times. He owned RC Crew Lot, and he owned a U.S. steel mill here in Pittsburgh. And he had lots of real estate. He was a real estate tycoon down in Miami Beach. Well, my mom was an assistant for him, and my dad would go out and do his drug running, and he would lock us in that bedroom, and then he started, because we did the baby powder, he thought it was his coke. When we got into it, I got beat really fucking bad. And he would every day start locking us into a closet where we had to sit every day while he went and did all his drug and prostitution runs. Yeah, my dad was a horrible fucking man. He was abusive. He beat my mom all the fucking time. He beat me all the time. Yeah, a lot of history. Only just one more day. Am I missing people coming in? Hey, Karen. All right, guys, back to Jody.
Picture looks like Athey's husband and their special needs son a very long time ago.
Oh my God.
And Scott obviously cannot be trusted with anything he posts or fake doxes about himself.
Yeah.
And I was told by other officials that's not him, but others say it is.
Yeah.
So fucking, but that's what I'm told it is indeed him. But a very long time ago. But his son is only supposedly 19.
Oh.
How would you know what I mean? That picture seems old. I don't know.
To me, it looks like from the 90s, maybe.
Yeah, right?
The grain of it. Yeah. I was thinking that kid's from the 90s. But it's weird he took that video down.
They have an adopted daughter.
Dude, we need to find out for sure who Scott H is.
And Scott, that's the thing, the Scott Hunt everybody's found does not have a criminal record that matches.
Yeah, I don't think it's him. I don't think it's that Scott Hunt. I don't. I just.
But I'm told by people that know him personally that his real name is Scott Hunt.
The PI knows exactly who he is.
Yeah, and they say his name is Scott Hunt.
So what's his MO? Because
And
not only,
honestly-
and I think the him, Penny, and Chase thing, that's what's eating me. And when you put Amanda Athey in it, it almost seems like she just came out of left field. Like, I'm not even worried about her shit. The judge is going to fucking laugh at this. It's going to end up on the fucking news. Like, I don't even want to fucking go to this shit.
You won't have to if we do this right, but you'll be able to win at least money out of this bitch to give you all a good vacation and a good breath. And so,
I don't even, but see, Jody Sue, that's the thing for me. This is not about money for me.
I know it's not about money, but if this bitch is taught a lesson that money ain't gonna control everything outside of fucking Sullivan Gardens.
This is big. She's inserting herself. She thinks she's a fucking princess. Like, she talks like she's a fucking princess. She thinks she's a fucking princess, and I feel like she has a motive. She's jealous of you. There's something weird.
Yeah, she is, and it is a problem.
When I found, listen, I didn't find her. You blocked me on Facebook. I couldn't get on your Facebook. Okay.
No, my Facebook's been shut down.
I know. What do you mean shut down?
I've had it deactivated for a while.
Yeah, I know. I'm the one that told you to fucking get rid of the videos that made you deactivate it. Right after I took them all, I'll admit it. So Chicken on a Stick was in Squall's chat one night. And she was going into the chat and saying what videos of Jody's to watch and what videos she was going to put in a lawsuit. So I had written Jody and told her, hurry up, privatize your Facebook. And Jody took her Facebook down. And that's how I got the videos and Chicken didn't, you dumb fuck.
I don't know. But I've kept it off and on deactivated, but because I was tired of them just having full on access to me all the time, and it slowed some of this shit. Just like me putting back a lot of my videos on YouTube, they're not happy with me, and they did record half of them because, and it's helping me build a link between all of them, having to share for law enforcement. Yeah. So, fuck them.
Have they been out to question you lately?
I mean, they don't come out to like question. If they need something, they come by or they call.
Yeah.
Because they do call.
Do you see how it's a different atmosphere talking to Jody on the phone rather than listening to her online? I don't dislike Jody, and I feel like I'm attacking her every time I come out here. And that's really not it. I think Jody knows more. I think Jody was involved in the money part of things at first, but I think she backed up from them. Since the lawsuits, she hasn't grifted. She hasn't asked for any money. She takes her time and comes out here on her own. But you can clearly see a difference between a phone call and the way she comes out to YouTube to talk to people. Although you still hear the same accusations, and I do believe her about Chris McDonough and about a lot of these people. Yeah, she's not angry. And she is quite easy to talk to and enjoyable. Like, we've had conversations that have nothing to do with this. I've talked to Jody several times. I only recorded one phone conversation, and that's because the bitch was bribing me and they were taking me to court. You think I'm not going to take proof to court? You're fucking dead wrong. So that's the only reason I try not to record people without their permission. Now, I've done it at the beginning of this not knowing the laws, but I've learned the laws, and I no longer do that. I make sure every single human knows that I'm recording them. This is one of the only calls, one of them. There's a couple. Chase's son was another one. that I have recorded without permission, but what are you going to do when it's important and you want answers for this little girl? Put me in fucking jail. I don't care. I don't even think that they suspect you, though. I don't.
I mean, they've literally told us, girl, we're not suspects. And they really, really, really have been like, we do not need a lie detector from you since day fucking one before the first helicopter went up.
Whatever happened to Summer happened under Candace's watch. Something happened with Candace there, and it's ridiculous the way these people are going. Truth, Mama Bear, I think so many people played games with Jody that she just accuses everyone. Could you imagine trying to trust people out here after all the games being shuffled from hotel to hotel? Could you imagine trusting anyone? Hey, Kylie. How are you today, honey? She just doesn't like nobody. She reminds me of my one aunt. I have an aunt that's like that, so cynical, just all the time miserable. You know? Going out there and making it seem as if it's a fucking movie. And that's why I'm sick about all of this. That's why I quit. Because I've had a rough life. I've been an evil fucking person myself. My parent, like I've been through things with my children where I've watched my son die. I've had a baby that died. You see a small child. I don't know why I'm drawn to Summer. I think a lot of it is because I lived a life with addicts. My life wasn't like hers because I'm a city girl, you know? But I can relate when I look at her parents, even though my parents were much better looking than Dawn and Candace. My parents were very beautiful people, you know? And but ugly hearts. And something about Summer, oh, I don't know. There's just something about that little girl that calls out to me, okay? And I don't care, like I told you, yeah, it was nice to pay for my programs and shit that I have since fucking deleted. But what Benny and those others are doing, Jody Sue, I never wanted to get that involved. And it's not only Summer I wanted to help. I have heart failure and you have cancer, so you can understand.
I have heart problems, cancers, and all kinds of shit wrong with me. If it takes me pushing until I fucking die to figure out what happened to her, dude, and to keep my own children safe, I'm gonna do it. And it's not about money for me either, and it never will be.
No, but you are, listen, you are a single mom and the world threw you into this. Listen, you're a single mom and the world threw you into this because you heard a scream. Okay? Regardless of whether you heard the scream or not, you knew Summer. You were her neighbor. I did suspect Andy. I never suspected you. And now, after seeing how Andy's behaving and acting, I just think he's a fucking dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't suspect him anymore. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
he's a liar, a thief.
Yeah, he's a liar, a thief, a petty criminal. He does stupid shit. He was the teenager that stole the fucking car.
I mean, he's just a piece of shit, but you see how that country boy routine works well for him.
Yeah, well.
But he is an evil piece of shit, and I promise you he is done worse than what I've even come out publicly. I promise you that.
Well, either way, you were a baby when yins got together, you know?
That's the thing. Atheists are talking about high schools when we got there. We weren't even, no. Ain't when it happened, man.
You were 11. You were in grade school.
Yeah.
Like, that's first love type of shit, and it's not something you just get over in 2 fucking seconds.
People keep saying that to me. I do not love him in any way. I do not give a fuck about coleslaw in any way other than that he too is a piece of shit and an abuser and manipulator. And it takes fix some type of trash to do what that bitch was doing.
Yeah, well, it takes a
However, I
particular
did that
kind of trash to
free.
do exactly what he's doing, because to be honest with you, this whole
It's a use
year,
of that
here's
water.
my opinion about Andy right now, and I'll give it to you straight and what I think. Over this last year, you've been through hell. Before this last year, you had found out you had cancer, you had a major surgery. And when he says he wasn't cheating on you, he's full of shit.
He is, and I have proof of it.
You could clearly tell he thinks he's fucking Romeo, and really he's fucking Shrek.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm sorry, but that is a downgrade. The whole damn community since day one.
Anybody who's been watching me long term can see my feelings have not changed. I've been on the same path since the marathon. Nothing has changed. Here I was telling her, now I think Andy's not a suspect, but my mind has changed back to Andy. I flip-flop. I'm sure we all do because of all the fuck shit games that have been brought out in Sumner's case. But my feelings for the most part have stayed exactly the same.
It's been like, holy shit.
But here's the thing, you were a baby when you got with him and you were in love with him. And I wasn't with my first, I'm just going to give you from my own experience. I wasn't with my first husband nearly as young as you. But we were still teenagers and we had kids. And when you fall in love with somebody, you expect something. And when you don't get it, it hurts. I don't think you're still in love with him or you give a shit about him. I think that your time was wasted and you got these kids and he's not even making an effort to try to give you money or pay for them. He's taking from them. And now he got this girlfriend and he's flaunting her on YouTube, and it's fucking disgusting.
Fuck about her. It's the bitch is literally taken from my kids too. I know they're both using. I know they're both buying dope still. I know that they're both trash, and here they are being trash around her own fucking kids in the house. She's got somebody there admits to beating on women, and she wants to pretend she's some sort of role model. Girl, that ain't gonna be around my fucking kids.
So you said he did a live the other day? I'm gonna have to go watch it.
Yeah, him and Becca Ogle there / Levels / whatever. But see, her and the other one interchanged shit because it when she's got makeup and all that shit on and big glasses, her and the other one passed for each other. They've gotten out of legal trouble and shit like that too before. But Becca here has a tendency to marry and run, just like Andy. Like when I got sick this time and thought I was dying, you know, that's really. But she's left a dude from a car crash she had. She lives on child support. She didn't even raised all of her own, but now she's recently, one was old enough to move out and less child support. But all year, all the shit's been on. They've been making bank, dude, while pretending poor Andy's whole life's been destroyed by me.
So did she know him before all of this? Like, how long did they know each other?
They were fucking about a year before Summer. Well, no more than that because, the year prior, he was trying to kill me at their price list. And when I was getting a bag of ice, that's when I knew something was up. She worked at Burger King up here with Eric's son, weirdly enough. Then she moves over to the VP beside of his job. So she can keep an eye on him and control of him. And I noticed his behavior change.
Notice she said that Eric's son also works with them. Eric, what's his last name? Stapleton. Eric was also in Squall's shit with Luke and Chicken on a Stick. They're all a friend group. They've been out here. You just haven't seen them unless you were in the Facebook groups.
Towards me. And then I noticed the way she was acting every time she ran into me at the store. I'd go in there to get him something or just gas or whatever. I was like, what the fuck? Then her profile was skeezing mine, and algorithms told who she was, and he flipped shit. He was dropping hard ass hints, kept telling me if I didn't let him quit the fucking job, it was going to ruin our lives. Wait and see. He was trying to get the fuck away from her.
Yeah.
And she was controlling. And that's what was driving him super batshit the last 6 months or so. And it made it exceptional.
No, Jody had come out with the name calling Rebecca Coleslaw, and a lot of people had made their names based off of that. Flies on the coleslaw is not coleslaw. I actually like flies.
And violent and worse when I and the kids. During the hardest period, my papa just died. I was healing. I was stuck in the cabin. Was going through radiation, and summer vanishes, and here's this bitch pushing and pulling.
Yeah,
and
now
so
he's
fucking
on YouTube. He's a piece of shit, Jody Sue.
And so
Eric, Luke, Chicken on a Stick, Jody Sue, Amy, Andy, they were all friends in school. Jody was younger than all of them. Andy was already established friends with all these people by the time he met Jody Sue. Chicken on a Stick is also Andy's Bernard's cousin. That's who they are. And they were over in Squall's Facebook group playing fuck shit games, making fun of Jody Sue. Way at the earliest part of this. I have some screenshots. If I can find them, I'll get them up. Hopefully they weren't in my Dropbox. But I'll show you. They also owned companies and businesses within drywall and construction, cement, painting, friends with Tuckers. Yeah, it's a whole conundrum.
Skanky and nasty.
A whole nother fucking rabbit hole.
It was causing me female problems. Okay. And breaking his dick while I had no immune system. And that's how nasty she was. And then he wants to tell the world he didn't cheat. But today I'm like, bitch, here's what he's already given me from other whores. They run right to the fucking health department and get tests and the paperwork done. But what he gave me doesn't show up for me in any way. But it will eventually.
I have my whole life wanted to move to the country. I never want to move to the country.
It is a nasty piece of shit. So
no, I mean, it's just so beautiful there. It's beautiful there. You guys have like the best of America, the hills, the trees, the land, but the people down there are fucking absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Bear skull heads in a cauldron. Like, them motherfuckers are insane. They're insane. I don't even want to visit Tennessee, and it's disgusting because that's one of, like, you're only 6 hours from me. And it's always been somewhere I wanted to go. My husband actually has an uncle that writes, he's black, but he writes country music. And he lives in Nashville, and we always said we were going to stop through and go to Pigeon Forge. And I never even want to be on the border of Tennessee.
Well, did you know African American, and black? Because different people prefer different things, but they were the first to ever do country music.
Yes,
because they were the first cowboys.
Yep, you're right about that. I don't know. It's just so, like, I've never, like, I feel like yins are in a whole nother fucking country and it ain't America.
When you cross over, look, I grew up where I'm at right now, right? Basically, because I was born in Atlanta, I moved all across, and this is where my family's been at for a couple hundred years. This is exactly where I'm camped out at in the camp. That being said, Beach Creek's only 3 or 4 miles away, right?
Yeah. So I'm done. Tonight I'll be back with some chicken and squall stuff. I'm going to be back at noon with my other news. I don't know what I'm covering yet. I got to go find something. But I'll finish the Jody Sue conversation tomorrow. I have about 3 more 15-minute parts left. As you can tell, this has been like an hour and a half long already we listened to. This was like a 2.5 hour long conversation I had with her. We're way more than halfway done. There's a big Rebecca lady and Andy B. drug bust back some time ago. Really? Share a link with me, September. I'd love to see it. But I'm going to get off of here. So peace and love. I'll see you all about noon for my and other news. I don't know what I'm covering yet. I'm sure I'll find something fun. Hopefully something funny again. That lawnmower yesterday was the funniest shit ever. I swear I was still laughing about it last night before I went to bed. And I will see you all later. Peace and love. Have a good rest of your morning. Bye.